So let's talk about your course. So
Okay.
the course, and there is a little bit of, I don't know if I would say controversy. I mean, everything's controversial in PMU. It seems like can be any topic, right? Any topic you pick in PMU, there can be lots of different opinions.
Got it. Yeah.
And so I don't know if controversial would be the correct word or not, but there are definitely some different opinions about the type of course you're putting on the Girlz Academy. So you're doing micro tattoos.
Yes.
Okay.
It's out there. Micro tattooing.
Micro tattoos.
Yeah.
So, so, you know, one opinion out there is, and there's been some people that even posted their opinion, right? They posted their opinion, that they, micro tattoos shouldn't be taught online. They shouldn't be taught to PMU artists, and that sort of thing. And some people do agree with that, and lots of people don't agree with that. And one particular person that, you know, posted very publicly their opinion that, micro tattoos shouldn't be online. They shouldn't be taught to the PMU. It's actually somebody that I'm quite close to, and I have a very, very good relationship. So I was able to talk to this person about it. And we talk about a lot of things, and in a very loving, kind way, without ever disrespecting each other.
Ooh, tell me about it.
And so, well, my thought is, I never want to do anything irresponsible. So I wanted to have that conversation, and I wanted to understand the thought behind the opinion. Why did they feel that way? And they felt that way because they're seeing a lot of jacked up tattoos and a lot of skin damage. And good point. That's valid. I understand that.
Right.
I understand that concern. Valid. But there's a big but there. People of this opinion also that don't think the micro tattoos should be online or taught to the PMU community also have online courses teaching procedures.
Right.
PMU procedures.
Right.
So this particular person has an online course
Okay.
teaching a PMU procedure.
Yeah.
So
On the face with
on
the
the
lips
face. Yeah.
and brows,
Brows,
and
eyeliner.
That's a face thing.
Right. So
You
let's
can't
just
jack
talk.
that
Let's
up.
just pick one. Let's say eyeliner.
Okay. Yeah.
So my question back was like, valid point. That's always my concern. But in the same sense, people are going on to your course and multiple online courses all over PMU on
Where
brows,
the internet is found.
right? And isn't there potential of jacking up brows, jacking up eyeliner? Students taking your online courses. Isn't there the potential of skin damage in the same relevance,
Right.
in same capacity as jacking up a little micro tattoo and causing skin damage?
Right.
And my point was well taken.
That is so good. That is so
because
powerful.
I do you see what I mean?
I do, because if you say like, okay, well, if I was to, now, here's the thing. What I am teaching is ethical tattooing for people who already know the BBP. They should know the machines. You're not learning a large tattoo. We're learning micro tattoos, nothing that's bigger, than a 2x2. And it's simple lines. It's ethical because you can do it because you're doing lines. So if I am, God forbid, you jack this up, it's going to be on someone's arm. We're not doing, hey, do a little face micro tattoo. But if you are doing something on the arm, now, if you're doing an eyeliner, you can jack up someone's actual eye, and actually they cannot see because of it. If you're doing a small tattoo somewhere, you will, they got to cover it up. Or at worst, they get an infection and then it turns into something. But if you're doing something like that, that was a good example. No, but this is not going to be a course that anyone should take that doesn't already know what they're doing with a machine. So I'm going to teach you how to push yourself to do something. Plus it's exciting.
Yeah, exactly. And I wanted to elaborate on what you said. You are not teaching full-on tattooing. You're teaching a very simplistic, basic tattoo line work.
Yep.
Small little designs, 1 by 1, 2 by 2, no bigger than a silver dollar. Some of them are the size of a quarter or a 50-cent piece.
Yeah.
And my feeling is the type of PMU artist that could take your course and be really good at it is a PMU artist that is doing killer hair strokes, right?
Well, that's what, if you know how to pack in color or saturate, or you could read the skin, that's what it's meant for. It's for you to understand your triggers of I'm doing it right or wrong on practice skins, and then put it on a human.
Well, I think Mary Richardson plants her needle and she pulls a line in the shape of a hair stroke. And she does, her hair strokes are flawless. There's lots of people out there doing flawless hair strokes.
Yes, sure.
If they can pull a hair stroke, I feel, after taking your course, they can pull a tattoo line.
Listen, you could do this. The practicing on how to get to where you need to be without taking a full apprenticeship. Mind you, every slide I have, it says, this does not replace a traditional tattoo apprenticeship at all.
No, we have that all over the academy. Look, when I launched
We've done a lot of research to make sure this is done right, both of us.
That's right. And, and all over the academy, we have verbiage, from my lawyer. We wanted to make sure that they understood very clearly, blatantly, that this does not replace hands-on training.
Yeah.
And if this is where you're starting is online, then you must go then take a hands-on course, or we even go as far as saying, or you can cause skin damage. So all that's all over the academy. Like I said, there's multiple very respectable online, Shay Daniels has a respectable online academy. There's lots of respectable trainers and people in the industry that are now have online training.
Yes.
And they're doing
I respect all of them as well.
I do too. And then of course there's some people that don't, just like hands-on training. There's respectable and really good hands-on training. And then there's some,
there's a place for us all.
Not so much. Yeah. But is your course somebody that does microblading? No. They have to first learn machine. And they have to learn depth.
Yeah.
The PMU artist that's right for your course and going to go out there and do well and execute really beautiful, flawless micro tattoos is the PMU artist that has control of their needle, on point with their depth, skilled in their PMU work, and ready for another little challenge.
Yeah, we're going to teach you to level up. You already know how to do the shading, or if you have never worked.
Well, even the shading is very minimal.
Yeah,
it's minimal. It's mostly line work and very simplistic open skin. Just line work, these tiny little designs. It's, so that was my thing. My thing was, I felt it was, I don't want to say the word hypocritical. I felt it wasn't quite fair that.
I love it. Why?
Micro tattoos were being, it was out there that micro tattoos are it's dangerous to teach that to the PMU. It's unethical. Tattoos are getting jacked up, skin's getting damaged, when just as easily a PMU artist could go take an online eyeliner course or areola course and jack that up, damage that skin. That's a good way. How is it different?
Okay. Well, the thing is, when you're doing these tattoos, I have made sure that you have made sure that someone who's teaching it is undoubtedly the person that should. So at a traditional tattooing, I did a traditional apprenticeship. I worked my butt off with how to do body art. And I started off with pulling many different directions and how do I put ink into the skin the way I want to?
Yeah. You do body tattoos.
I do.
You've done tattoo conventions.
I still do tattoo conventions.
And you do PMU.
And I do PMU.
So I thought that was the perfect type of person.
I do. I'm a trendsetter in the way, I've had to beat down stereotypes for so long and I've also been scrutinized on the internet. When I went viral in 2019, it was the girl with the 4 brows. and I was able to remove that with Lyft. Thank God. That's why I'm like, thank God, because seriously.
Yeah.
And then I went all over the world. Inside Edition, Today Show, Good Morning America, all of these like prestigious, well-known places. Fox 4 put it out. I think Notre Dame was number 2 and I was number 1 in 2019 for a story. But that's
Bad eyebrows.
Bad eyebrows?
Yeah.
So I'm not only the one that can have your back on that, I've also been scrutinized. So I got death threats because people didn't read an article seeing that I'm not.
So they didn't realize you
They thought
were the one that was lightening it and pulling it out and correcting it. They thought you were actually the artist that did that to that lady.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually had someone that didn't want to work with me because they thought of that. I was the one who did it. I'm like, really? So I've had people that have, threatened me, threatened my company. My son was involved in, like, seriously, I know how it is. Come at me. It's fine. I've got thick skin because I'm a traditional tattoo artist, and there is gatekeeping in tattooing. There is that, but not anymore.
Yeah.
We're breaking down stereotypes in all ways, because what are we selling? Healed results. And that's what I'm going to teach. That's what this course is about. Is ethical tattooing for people who understand their job, and that is consistently, politely reminded.
Yeah. And I'm also a traditional body tattoo artist and apprenticed for almost 2 years here at the Skin Factory under Eddie Lynn, and multiple body tattoo artists. And I was an avid body tattoo artist for about almost 14 years until my hand. I ended up with hand. People ask me, why'd you stop? Because I was a good little body tattooer. But my hand, I was those were the days of the coil machine and using stainless steel, 1-inch grips and all the vibration. And I ended up with tremendous hand issues, and I had to take a 4-month break, and that was about 7 years ago. And I'll still do, some little script or some little micro tattoos here and there, but I can't do the large 6 and 7 hour tattoo pieces anymore because my hand won't allow it.
Right.
But so being a body tattoo artist and being a PMU artist and someone that loves and respects the PMU industry
And culture
as much as I do, and I feel I'm a responsible person to the craft, to the student, to the artist, to the industry. I just felt this was a good course. I didn't see how it was any different putting a simple little simplistic course on these tiny little micro tattoos on an online academy was any different than putting on an online course for an eyeliner, for Pete's sake, or an areola, or an eyebrow, or freckles, or and you can go online and learn anything now. I didn't understand the difference. It felt hypocritical to me.
Yeah. Well, I'm also if you're the smartest person in the room, find another room. That's my biggest thing. If you know the most, you need to surround yourself by people who know the most. So I'm not only a trainer and a tattooer that has all this experience, but my friends who I'm confiding in, and what do you think about, oh man, to sign an NDA, not to say something.
Yeah.
Like my closest friends, that I know in the industry. So I've got like Randy Vaughn, he's did Ink Master. Liz Cook, we're really good friends. We're going to be teaching together too, her and I. She's a phenomenal tattooer. So these people, hanging out with all like these name droppers, right? The people that I confide in and what do you think about, conversations, they always talk, like Ever After Pigments. They sponsored me for the beauty, going to the conventions and stuff like that. Went to Motor City in Detroit a few weeks ago. And that topic of PMU artists tattooing at a tattoo convention, of that, like the people who are tattooing, this is an invite only, right? They brought that up. And I'm sitting there like, I'm not going to say nothing. I signed this paper that says I'm going to get in trouble, so shut up. And I did. I did very well. You'll be proud of me.
Yeah.
But I listen to them, and I know what they say. They say the same thing now. They've changed. So now they're like, well, if they do it right, then they're going to get that respect.
Well, because Kari, you know
That's
why?
awesome.
There's online full-on body tattoo training showing up
So there's
online.
no more gatekeeper in this world.
There's no more gatekeeper. You've got big, well-known, respectable companies in body tattooing that I think are going to be launching their own online training.
Yeah.
And these are big companies, well
Yep.
respected in the body tattooing industry. So
Is it safe to say now, Taryn, that we can just take down that wall of it's not accepted and it is or isn't to
I think
now if you do it right,
if
can
you do it right with integrity and responsibility in mind and ethically, then yes.
Can we drop the whole, oh, y'all need to stop?
Yeah.
I think
And
we should just go ahead and just drop it.
Well, and I don't think we should have. I don't think anybody should have to, defend as long as it's like done well. I don't. But I think that's. I think it is dying down, and not everybody felt like that. I think the majority of the people were excited. Some of these micro online courses were coming. It was their chance if they were a talented.
If they were small enough and doable enough,
And
absolutely.
they are, and that's the big
Yes.
difference. We're not in PMU. No, we should not be teaching these big body to with gradient blends and
Yeah.
traditional, American traditional and portrait. We're not teaching that. We're teaching again these really small, simplistic, basic, tiny little tattoos that
Yeah.
I feel lots of PMU artists, and I could name a bunch of them. Could knock this out and learn this. Jen Boyd could learn this.
Yeah.
Mary Richardson, Monica Avant. There's so many talented PMU or Amber Guthrie, Michonne. There's so many talented. I know there's a lot that I'm not naming, but
It's
there's
fine.
so many of them that could learn this because they're so fucking good at PMU.
Yep. If you can be that. So,
And Cara, let me finish this statement because
yeah.
they cannot go to a traditional body tattoo apprenticeship and learn this. This is not what's taught in a body tattoo apprenticeship. A traditional body tattoo apprenticeship, they would. I mean, that's 18 months to 2 years long. They're getting into, really traditional, full-on tattooing, and that's not what the average PMU artist even wants to learn. I think micro tattoos. What I see in the future is that is a part of PMU.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a part of PMU because I don't think necessarily the traditional body tattoo artist wants to do these little micro
I've
tattoos.
turned so many away over the years because of it. So I do my body art that I normally do. Like I'll for I consider it medical tattooing body art hybrid. I'll do a body art. My buddy Tanya Braxton, who also well,
Tanya Buxton.
Buxton.
Yeah, she's awesome.
I love her. So, doing the medical tattoos combined with body art has been awesome. So I do a lot of those. I do full sleeves. I'll still do bangers, but like, palm size, or, just something like your, flower here,
Yeah.
just, I'd never really thought about the little ones. And then they're like, well, in the middle of a client, like, oh, I would just want a little heart.
Yes.
And I'm like, well, I'm like $150 an hour. They're like, oh, that's fine. And give me $200. I'm like, what? That's crazy. And they feel so happy, just as if I gave them their brows back or the beautiful eyeliner to lift their eyes. So that feeling that you're going to get feels just the same. I love that. And it's so small and it takes, small time.
I think micro tattoos, 5 years, it's a new trend, just like microblading was. I remember my good friend Daria, okay? And Daria Chupas and I got close rather quickly. And I remember her speaking at the SPCP, and it was the first time, this was when microblading was new. And I can remember the bulk, so many people in PMU just coming out and bashing microblading, super negative, bashing. And then the SPCP had Daria speak, and she was a microblader. That's how she launched her career, and that's what she did for the first part of her career. Now she does machine, but she was only a microblader at first. That was her love. And I can remember her when she got on that podium and she spoke. I know she was nervous, and I remember her saying she felt compelled. She felt like she had to say, and she must have been nervous about it, on how the audience was going to respond, because that was a time when people weren't quite accepting microblading, and people were really negative about it. that, and I remember her stating, her being so strong in her conviction that this is not a trend. This is art. It can be beautiful. It can be taught well. This is not going away. This is going to be a part of permanent makeup. And I do believe she got a standing ovation, or if it wasn't a standing ovation, it was the whole room. The way you heard her love for microblading and how she believed in it. And I think that very well could be micro tattoos. I think micro tattoos could find a place and end up being a part of PMU. Not everybody's going to be good at them.
I'm so passionate about that. I love that.
Not everybody's going to do them. Not everybody's going to be good. No, look at all these people really good at brows. They don't do eyeliner. So I think micro tattoos are going to find their place. They're going to be a part of PMU. I think that's exciting, and lots of people are going to do them very, very well, and some people not so much. Just like everything else in PMU, right? We see great brows, we see not so great brows, we see great eyeliners, we see not so great eyeliners.
I will say this. Also, the mentoring that happens after the webinars are really great. The people that you've chosen, because I know I'm excited to mentor too, and I'm a mentor because I feel excited to mentor in this way because I do the larger tattoos, the smaller tattoos. I'm not just, I'll only do micro. Right. So I could relate to so many examples of my mistakes to help. So your academy doesn't just put out webinars without mentorship.
Right. I think it would be interesting to see how many people take the micro tattoo course and then maybe decide, you know what, maybe I want to get into body tattooing.
I talk about that.
And go do a full-on apprenticeship. Maybe that's their path. You know, maybe PMU, they've been doing PMU, that led them to, you know, your course, and then maybe that's their real passion. So I'm always optimistic. I always like to see the positive side of things, and I get excited. So. Yeah, I'm excited for your course, Kara, and
thank you.
And it's well done, and we're not quite sure when it launches. We just filmed your procedures yesterday, so we got some editing and some fine tuning and to do, but maybe like 4 to 6 weeks. So I think your course is going to launch maybe right about the time this podcast launches.
That'll be awesome.
You know, somewhere's within that timeline.
Yeah.
Where are we on time? I always got to ask Olivia where we're on time.
I know.
An hour.
We're an hour. Okay. So then it's time to wrap it up. Did you just get everything off your chest?
I feel like I did. I was going to say one other thing. I forget what it was. It was just about how I do teach how to get into an apprenticeship if you're wanting to get into one.
Oh, no, your courses. Look, I've looked at all your chapters, looked at your PowerPoint.
I was going to tell people.
Well, then go on your course.
That was it.
Yeah. Well, you do explain all that in your course.
Cool.
You go into lots of different things on your course. So,
okay. I feel good. I really do. I feel good about it.
So we got to go because you actually have latex tutorials to do today.
I got to do some tutorials
that are going on your course.
Yes.
So your work on the course is not done.
Yeah.
We're going to break down the podcast setting. We're going to set up the tutorial setting.
Yeah.
And you're going to make some tutorials. So thanks for sitting down with me today. I know you've had a long weekend. You filmed all day yesterday. You got more filming to do today. Mm-hmm. So,
Let's do this.
Yeah, let's do it. All right.
Love you,
Thanks
dude.
for hanging out with me.
That's awesome.
All right, everybody. So I try to, look, everybody, please, if you're a streamer, you like to audio stream, you can catch us on Spotify, Buzzsprout, Podcast Addict, and iTunes. And if you want to see like what we're wearing and, how our hair looks today, then please go to YouTube. You can find us on YouTube on a Tatter-a-fact. And even if you don't want to watch us, just check out our YouTube page and follow us, like us. Your likes and follows mean the world to us. So thank you very much. And I like to leave everybody with something a little positive. So my little positive ditty today is be kind. Just try to remember to be kind because everyone still has things that they are healing from, that they don't talk about, that we don't know. We have no idea. So keep that in mind. That kind of checks us to keep us kind and to live with grace. So thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.